Hello and welcome back to everyone on the Football Zone, and today it is our mid-weekend reviewing the Premier League action from this weekend, starting off with a dramatic late finish at Goodison Park Road. Everton drew 2-2 with Tottenham. Richarlison in the 4th minute gave them the lead before Harrison equalised, and then Richarlison scored again, but Braithwaite in the 94th minute levelled it up. And yeah, I think Everton, fully deserving at this point, really went for it in the end and got their reward. I think it's another sign of the progress they're making under Sean Dyche. But for Spurs, yeah, in the battle for the Champions League, they can't be dropping points like that. Moving on into Brighton against Palace at the Amex, and yeah, this was a dominant win for Brighton. They went 3-0 up through Dunk, Hinselhand and Buonate after 34 minutes. Mateta got one back later on, but even later João Pedro scored. And yeah, dominant win for Brighton here. Palace just didn't really show up, and for Brighton, obviously a big win in a bit of a derby means a lot to their fans. They'll be absolutely delighted with that, and I think they'll be hoping to really kind of use that as a springboard to get back in the European contention spots for the remainder of the season. Moving on then to Burnley 2, Fulham 2, in a result that I think neither team will be particularly happy, and Fulham raced into a 2-0 lead. Paulinho and Muniz, and yeah, Burnley through Fofana, 2 late goals, managed to get the draw. So yeah, obviously Burnley, I say, won't be happy. I think they would have hoped for 3 points before the start. They obviously coming back from 2-0 down was a good result for them. But yeah, I think Fulham will be really angry they throw it away, because this is definitely a game they should have won. And yeah, could be costly for them. But for Burnley, I think good fight back and shows they do have spirit in them. But moving on into a crazy game at St James's Park, Newcastle 4, Luton 4. And yeah, it was Longstaff who scored 2 goals early on. Osho also scored for Luton. Barkley made it 2-2 before Morris made it 4-2, and Newcastle fought back from 4-4. So yeah, crazy game. Newcastle, I think, did well to get back into it. Luton will be really disappointed, but I think it does show they can go toe-to-toe with the top sides and really fight with it. So credit to them. I think they'll be gutted not to hold them to win, but yeah, really will give them energy going forward. Newcastle did well to fight back, but yeah, they should never have been in that position in the first place. Moving on then to a thumping at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United 0, Aston Villa 5. McGinn, Watkins, Bailey, Tielemans and Moreno with the goals for Villa, and yeah, they were dominant here. Sheffield United, for me, just really are struggling with the quality and the level of the Premier League so far this season. And yeah, it's understandable. Obviously, they had a tough summer. And losing a few key players, even getting promoted, I think it's really starting to show now. It's frustrating for them, but yeah, it is what it is. But moving on then to Bournemouth against Nottingham Forest, and yeah, it's Cliver in the 5th minute who gave Bournemouth the lead. Hudson-Odoi equalised in the 45th minute, but Billing in the 84th minute was shown a red card. No team could win it later on. And for Bournemouth, I think they'll be relatively pleased. They're mid-table at the moment. But for Forest, I think, yeah, especially at the end, they would have been hoping to win it against the 10 men. I think they played relatively well in the end. It was quite a close game. So yeah, I'd say draw's probably a fair result. Before moving on then to Chelsea against Wolves, and yeah, a really poor result for Chelsea. Cole Palmer gave them the lead before Cunha scored a hat-trick, and Diasse scored an own goal. It's 4-1 to Wolves at one point, and then Thiago Silva got a late goal. Chelsea, didn't really dominate the game. Obviously, probably had more of the ball as you'd expect, but still a really poor performance from them, you'd have to say. And yeah, the pressure is only going to grow. Great result for Wolves though. Moving on then to a dominant win for Manchester United at home to West Ham. It was Rasmus Højlund in the 23rd minute and Garnacho in the 49th and 84th minute, giving United the win. And United looked really good here. West Ham had quite a lot of shots, but didn't really do a whole lot with it. And yeah, I think I said that they could really use that win at Wolves, that dramatic late win, as motivation for the rest of the season. So it was a good start here. Really good positive win for them. For West Ham though, out of form, maybe questions starting to grow. But for Manchester United, I really feel like they're starting to gain some momentum now. Speaking of starting to gain some momentum, Arsenal with a huge win at home to Liverpool. Saka scored to make it 1-0 before Gabriel scored an own goal, making it 1-1. And then you've got Martinelli and Trossard to make it 3-1 to Arsenal. So yeah, big win for them. And they dominated the game. You'd have to say that the win here was fully deserved. And yeah, like I say, big win for them. They'll take so much confidence from that. And really for me, back in the title hunt now, after a tough few games over Christmas. Yeah, definitely back in it. Before Man City kind of kept the gap to Arsenal with that 3-1 win against Brentford. And yeah, it's Phil Foden with a hat-trick after Morpay gave Brentford the only lead. It wasn't until It wasn't until just before half-time that Foden got City level. So yeah, they were made to work for it. I think Brentford will be pleased. I think they put in a good showing for themselves. But in the end, couldn't quite do enough to come away with anything from the game. But I think positive signs for Brentford, but another win for Manchester City. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on our socials. Link in the description below for daily football news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.